Chapter 1077. During this time, Michael hated Lucy deeply. After all, for a man, there is nothing more painful for him than the betrayal of his beloved woman. When Lucy disappeared, Michael was brought into the rhythm by Alex, so confused that Lucy really eloped. In addition, all the money in the family was with him at the time, so he was even more angry with Lucy. After so many days and nights, every time he thinks of Lucy, he wants to catch her and beat her to death. But he also knew that since Lucy ran away with the money, she would never be able to meet her again in this life, and it was even possible that she took the money and fled abroad. But he never expected that he would meet Lucy, whom he hated so deeply, in the mansion of Wales family in southern region today. So he rushed towards Lucy almost without thinking, stretched out his hand and slapped her face severely, and slapped Lucy to the ground. After a slap was passed, Michael pointed at her furiously and said, "Okay, you BTCH, you dare to come back. Where the hell did you take my money? Do you know it's because of you, how miserable the family is now?" Lucy was beaten up. She didn't expect that her husband Michael, who she was thinking about day and night, would slap herself severely when they met. Her leg was still a little lame, she could only struggle, trying to crawl open her mouth and blurt out and shouted, "Michael, what are you hitting me for? What are you doing?" Michael gritted his teeth and cursed, "I not only want to beat you, I want to kill you. How dare I use my money to raise a little white face, and I don't leave a single cent for me, FCK you so cruel." Lucy screamed and blurted out, "Michael, what are you crazy? When did my lady take care of the little white face? I was cheated by Alex." "What?" Michael frowned. "What does this matter have to do with Alex?" Lucy thought of the torture she had suffered for many days, and suddenly burst into tears. "Have you forgotten what we were going to do for Elaine?" Michael nodded. "Of course I won't forget." Lucy cried and said, "I had done almost the same thing as Zora, but the bastard Alex suddenly rushed over. And then he took someone to beat us up and forced me to take all the money in the bank card was donated, and then all of us were sent to the black coal mine to dig coal." Speaking of which, Lucy was already in tears. She wiped her tears and continued to choke up. "Do you know how miserable I was during this time? Every day I work hard in the dark black coal kiln, and can only rest for 4 or 5 hours a day, and the rest of the time is all working under a black coal kiln. I can't eat enough. Don't wear warm clothes, and I'm often beaten. This is the torture like hell. You unscrupulous, not only don't seek me or save me, but now I'm so it's easy to be rescued by the Whale family. You even beat me and framed me for raising a little white face. Is that what you did to me?" When Michael heard this, he was dizzy. He never dreamed that instead of taking the money to live with a young man, his wife suffered so much. For a moment, not only was he full of distress and guilt for his wife, but he also hated Alex to death. It turned out that the culprit who took away all of his savings and sent his wife to work in a small coal mine turned out to be Alex. At this moment, the new hatred and the old hatred made him extremely angry. Harold and Olivia were also gritted with hatred.